A lot of times small businesses overcomplicate things and think that their go-to-market strategy has to be, really loud and crazy complex. And what I've learned over the years is the simpler, the better, and the quicker.
Hey there, my name is Nicole Lozon, and today I'm sitting down with Mike Giamprini, CEO of Digital Marketing Agency, Real Local Partners. Today we're going to discuss how Mike got his start in the agency world and chat about some of the challenges that agencies face, things like creating a scalable sales process, managing costs, and prospecting. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
we
you
really
for having
appreciate you taking the time. Mike, maybe we can start, if you wouldn't mind telling me why you decided to start your organization.
Sure. I spent a couple of years working for other agencies, basically, whose mandate was to service small businesses in their online presence. And again, that's how I met Vendasta. And I've had other agencies in the past, traditional advertising and promotions agencies. And so I had a bit of an appetite for the agency world. When I learned about Vendasta and the platform and whatnot, I figured what a great opportunity. So I planted a stake in the ground at the end of 2019. And here we are now. We're throughout North America and a good chunk of Central America right now too.
Wonderful. You're growing.
Yes, indeed.
Would you mind telling me about what you would say is the biggest challenge that you've had in your career so far over the years, and how you've worked to overcome it?
I would say the biggest challenge by far has been, particularly as a small business owner, is just, small businesses it's a struggle every day. It's particularly a struggle starting a small business. We always say, the analogy we use is it's like sea turtles. Sea turtles, from the moment they're born, it's a struggle to survive. It's a struggle to make it out to the sea, and the surf pushes them back, and it's just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Same thing with starting a business. And so the key that the sort of mantra that we live by is to keep it simple. A lot of times small businesses overcomplicate things and think that their go-to-market strategy has to be, really loud and crazy complex. And what I've learned over the years is the simpler, the better, and the quicker. And using Vendasta as a partner kind of fits into that strategy of keeping it simple, because it's all kind of done for us. The products are there, the platform's there. We just have to focus on sales and service, which is what I always wanted to do. I never really wanted to create an organization that had to depend on delivery and fulfillment and whatnot, because that's another complexity. We just want to be, a really solid sales and service organization, and using the Vendasta platform makes that a lot easier.
To your point of sales really being the foundation or the key to success for agencies, what would you say to agencies looking to scale meaningfully? Any tips for creating that scalable, repeatable, predictable sales process?
Yeah, definitely. Number one is, and as we all know, it's very difficult to find people these days. It's just with how the world has changed, particularly through the pandemic. Everyone's kind of reevaluated whether they want to be an employee and under what circumstances. And so regardless of the size of our businesses, it's difficult to find people. So once you do find them, you got to treat them with just a ton of respect. You got to compensate them really, really well. You got to make sure that they share your vision, or at least they can understand your vision, so that they can sort of get on board with you every day in trying to do what it is that you believe is the right thing for your customers. And just make sure that they have an opportunity to grow. All of our people have that opportunity, and it's not just hitting quotas and making commissions. There's all kinds of other opportunities that we try to create for them.
What would you say, Mike, is your top tip for attracting and converting new customers?
It's gotten incredibly competitive since I've been in this business, since 2010. And it's not always price. It's features. It's what it is we're selling and how we're selling it. The thing is, customers are becoming more knowledgeable now than they were in the past when it comes to online presence. The key that a big part of our go-to-market is, even though they are becoming more knowledgeable, there's always that sense of as a small business, I know I have to do this. I know I have to take care of my online presence. I don't really know how to do it. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. So we kind of have spent a lot of time on our go-to-market strategy and our messaging in addressing that pain point for customers, which is essentially, I just don't know where to start. And we always say, start with us. And we go in very consciously, not necessarily all about price, but we go in at a lower cost for the customer so that they can get comfortable. A lot of other agencies immediately go in and say, you need a website and you need to be spending, $2 or $3 grand a month in paid search. We show them the snapshot report. We show them where their gaps are in their online presence, and we always take a walk before you run strategy or approach with, and particularly with a small business, they appreciate that. And we say, we got to earn your business. We got to earn your trust. We got to earn the right to upsell you. And so we typically go in with low-cost packages to address the very fundamental foundations of their online presence, their listings, their reviews. And then with data that we get from the executive report and whatnot, we prove to them the investments they're making with us are giving them a solid return. And we can show them that their online presence is now pretty much established, stabilized. Now let's drive more traffic to it. Now let's spend a little bit more money on other levers we can pull, like deeper dives on SEO, paid search, paid social, et cetera, and maybe even, redo their website, all that good stuff.
Fair enough. I like it. Earn their trust and then upsell.
Absolutely.
Mike, now more than ever, I would say that, maintaining healthy profit margins is key, especially given the rising cost of doing business. What would you say is your best strategy to help keep those costs down so you can grow profitably?
That's a really good question. My team is incented on margin. And so our model is somewhat unique because everybody is incented on margin. So I'm very transparent with my team about what our costs are. I'm very transparent, obviously, with our go-to-market strategy when it comes to pricing. And so particularly the sales team and the customer service team, they're very conscious of margin because the bigger the margin, the bigger share for everybody. And so, again, I think our model is a bit unique. We don't pay commissions, we pay a share of margin. And it seems to resonate well with the sales team because they have a different approach and a different appreciation for the value of a good customer versus a bad customer. I've had other experiences in other businesses that I've been a part of where sometimes the reps, the salespeople they're just in it for the commission. And if they get paid a commission on the first month of the sale, they don't really care if the customer churns out or not. So we worked really hard to figure out a way to keep the customer with us for as long as possible and to keep the salespeople incentive to find those customers. And it takes a little bit of time to train a salesperson to be knowledgeable enough to qualify customers and to close them with a vision of keeping them, as opposed to just closing them with a vision of grabbing my commission and moving on to the next one. Yeah. So we try to incent the sales team, particularly the sales team, along the way.
Absolutely. I like it. Transparency
100%.
And incentivizing in a way that you can ensure you're attracting your best fit customer.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time.
You're welcome.
We do hope that you all enjoyed the interview. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.